I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what episode 8 will have to do to compete with episode 7. What I watched. The absolute action-packed smackdown I witnessed. And the title of the episode is not the best choice of words either. And I sure hope it ain't boring, but we're just gonna have to see. What's up, guys? It's Jughead here. Welcome back to our Let's Watch Jujutsu Kaisen series. Today we're gonna be watching episode 8, Boring. I'm not really liking that, coming out after episode 7. But without any further ado, tune in to my full uncut reaction and stay for my in-depth analysis discussion afterwards. So, Jujutsu Kaisen episode 8, Boring, in 3, 2, 1, let's watch. I don't even know where we're gonna be picking up from with the dedicated episode we had yesterday to Gojo and Jogo. If we're gonna be going into that high school tournament arc today. We got Megumi and Nobara, so I'm assuming perhaps we are. And Panda. I forget these people's names all the time. I'm so bad at these names. But it looks like we're picking up in the middle of something. That's a scandal. Little do you guys know that he is not. I'm sorry. The kid that only speaks in ingredients annoys me. Who the hell are these people? Todo and Mai. 2 more names I'm gonna forget. Great. This guy looks badass. He's fucking huge. These people are brutal. They don't give a shit that this kid died. Vile facade of a human. You're really trying to get in these kids' heads. Worthy replacements for Okotsu. Let's see some abilities. What? What? What's the right answer? Of course. Not gonna waste any time with a character like this ripping his shirt off. Let's get to that right away. That's a sick shot. I like this guy. This is my new favorite character. You just like me. I want more of this guy already. Damn, and you got the girl beside you calling you a loser. Todo. Now we are friends. True. Also, true. To a certain extent, I get. where my soul can be free as blood boils and flesh clashes. Asking the question because he wants to find out who's going to be exciting matchups. He wants this event to be exciting. He's going to be pissed if there's boring contestants, boring competitors. Kind of breaking the fourth wall. Is this going to be a running joke in the show? I like all women. Boring answer. It's a good answer, but boring for Todo. I did not think the title of the episode was going to be related to what type of women Megumi likes. That's where boring comes from. Damn. Oh! Oh, we getting catty. What the fuck? Why are we bringing guns? I love how that he's crying. Geto caused an unprecedented Jujutsu terror attack. Okay. 5 first grades and a special grade in Kyoto were supposedly exercised by one man. That was him? Now I really like this guy. And you don't use curse techniques. Oh, okay, okay, okay. What the hell? That shot's okay. That shot's cool. I was about to say these toads don't look that cool, but then that shot looked badass. This is loud as fuck. Ah, damn. Damn, damn. God damn. What are we trying to kill this guy? Shit. You should have just said you're an ass man too. Honestly. Yeah, let's see you actually do something, man. You are kind of coming off like you don't even have the will to fight. Now, show me something. Show me something. What the fuck? That kid spoke something other than an ingredient. That's how you know it's serious. Okay, if that's the little picadillo idiosyncrasy quirk for that guy that only speaks in ingredients, you know, when shit gets serious, he drops that little shtick, I'll like it a lot more. I still need to know, why the fuck is she got a gun? They're the twins? Hmm? Is that what I am trying to pick up? Yes, please. I like Nobara. I want to see her be more of a badass. Yes. Be a bad bitch. Put the mouse tool away. What do you do? That tall girl with a big ass, is that who that is? Yeah, we're not even at the event yet. Huh. That's why I used cursed tools. They're already infused with curses. Is that what those glasses are then? So you're doing it out of spite of your family. Huh. Who is this old bag? This guy is melting. Gakuganji. Where are your eyes? You're scaring me. I like that. Yeah. I'll talk respectfully to those who deserve respect, but I'm not the cultural traditional norms of having to speak a certain way. Gojo's not going to be that way. Last year's event. And now, yeah, now you have Sukuna. What the hell's going on? Wave of power you guys have been suppressing to maintain your status and stupid traditions has grown huge and is fast approaching. The next generation won't be limited by special grade. This is the system he wants to topple. There's your eyes. Bye-bye. I've said my piece. He's not intimidated or threatened by anything. Is this guy gonna transform into something? When he's alone? Is something gonna happen while he's alone? No? Okay. That would be pretty cliche if it was. Jesus Christ. Oh, we're doing a 1 month time skip. Just in the middle of an episode, okay. Empty movie theater. What the fuck happened here? Everybody's dead. Or not everybody, but these three people, who are they? 3 disfigured corpses of high school students. Who are you? Great. Another creepy alt boy with that haircut that's gonna be a danger to society. And now who's this? I need to get a piece of paper and write down everybody's fucking names. I can't keep track of this many people. God damn it. I can't do this. There's like 10 new people I don't know the names for. First off, okay, there are way too many damn new characters popping up at once for me to keep track and remember names for. I'm already bad at remembering names in anime when it's like a show with like 3 people in it. And you're throwing half a dozen at me in a 20-minute time span. Slow it down. I literally need to write everybody's names down on like a note card and tape it to my monitor somewhere here or something to remember everybody by. But I'm starting to grasp and remember the separation between the different schools now. I can visualize it. You know, we have the Tokyo school and the Kyoto school, and then we're going to have all these other lingering characters around, from sorcerers to cursed people and whatnot. At the Tokyo school, we already know Gojo, Yuji, Megumi, Nobara. Masamuchi, the principal, don't really see much of him. We then add Panda, Toge, Maki. Toge is the guy I originally didn't like very much because he only speaks in rice ball ingredients, and I thought that was just going to be some quirky comic relief. His entire character, and I don't like that type of stuff. And I need to remember that Maki has the ponytail, so I don't mix up Maki and Mai. Maki has the ponytail and uses cursed tools. And with Toge, I now understand why he speaks the way he does. Now I don't dislike him for the reasons I originally did, because now I understand him a little bit more. Toge was the one to literally stop Todo in his tracks and save Megumi. We see him unzip the collar on his uniform to expose his mouth for the first time when he actually utters words, not rice ball ingredients. He has markings like tattoos on each side of his mouth, on his cheeks, and then one on his tongue. I don't know if these are tattoos applied to him like a tattoo would, or if these are inherited markings he was born with. Kind of like in the world of Naruto, where your abilities are tied to certain physical visual traits passed on genetically. And it seems whatever his ability is, it has to do with his voice, or more specifically, his words. He told Todo, "Don't move." And he was instantly immobilized and frozen in his place, overriding his own will. So it appears to me Toge can imbue his words with cursed energy and compel foes who hear these words to obey his commands. That is an insane ability, which means it must have equally significant drawbacks and risks. Like, what's the limit of the use on his ability? Is it finite, infinite? What's the toll it takes on his body, if any? What are the limitations? There have to be limitations and risks to certain insane abilities like this, or else you just suffer power scaling issues or other things that were inherent in everything from Dragon Ball to Bleach to Naruto and everything like that. You need to learn your lesson at some point in the writing aspect. He must be incredibly careful and focused because he doesn't want to accidentally control his friends or other allies or innocent bystander civilians. He must also restrict his own everyday speech. That's what I'm picking up on. This I now understand. Don't use verbs or things like that. Stick to very simple nouns. And he does this to such a strict point that his short list of safe words are just ingredients to make onigiri. You can't really command someone with, the words salmon or tuna or bonito. And you know what this bears a very strong, striking resemblance to? From maybe my favorite sci-fi universe, the voice used by the Bene Gesserit in Dune. Right here. I'm finally getting around to reading Children of Dune after having read the original Dune and Messiah years ago. Bene Gesserit developed the voice, where specific vocal tones and inflections can compel obedience. Of course, here and there, they're entirely different in their respective mechanics, but the result is the same. Before a Bene Gesserit can use the voice on someone, they first need to hear and understand the target's psychology and personality in order to know how best to modulate their voice to evoke the desired response. You essentially have to have a deeper understanding of them than they do themselves, meaning they first have to analyze the person's character, beliefs, vulnerabilities to figure out the most effective way to use the voice, since it's all psychological manipulation and vocal nuances. That's why if you read Dune, there will be times where a Bene Gesserit is just having a conversation with someone only for the extent purpose to just keep them talking so they can understand their voice, understand their personality, pretty much download as much information as they can, and then once they hit 100%, you're done for. I snagged you. Whereas Toge's voice, speech, words are actually infused with cursed energy. So it's compliance enforced through more mystical means instead of, thousands of years of evolution and training and psychology in the Dune universe. There's really no limit or downside to the voice for the Bene Gesserit besides someone's resistance to it and a larger population, even knowing you're a Bene Gesserit, while Toge's ability seems to be one giant double-edged sword. Immensely powerful, but fraught with potential hazards. Definitely to others, and himself as well, if I see that be the case later on in the anime, what kind of toll that takes on himself. And for Maki, like I said, I gotta remember she's rocking the ponytail, while her sister's serving a shorter cut. Her relationship dynamic with her twin sister is fascinating. You two don't even go to the same school campus. Maki goes to the Tokyo campus, Mai goes to the Kyoto one. And the way they speak about each other and to each other, there's obviously some strained familial bonds there. And I mean, Maki didn't even know whether her sister was going to be coming or not. So it's like they don't even speak to each other. And Mai doesn't even want to be put on the same level as her sister, doesn't even want to be called a Zenin, doesn't even want to share the same name. And so what kind of falling out did the two of them have? Also, does the name Zenin carry a certain weight? Is Jujutsu Kaisen, again, kind of like Naruto, where there are clans and families and family names that carry weight and carry prestige? So the Zenin family name means something. But the two sisters go to different schools. And they also come off very elitist, which I guess would be unsurprising if you come from a clan or a family with a certain reputation or a certain history amongst the sorcerer world. That brings about a whole host of stuff from, family expectations, societal expectations, legacy, conflicts with one's autonomy and one's personal choices, still being your own individual. So I want to see this Maki-Mai dynamic expanded upon further. I'm looking forward to that a lot. Maki lacks cursed energy. So she's had to go the route of mastering cursed tools instead. She can't even see curses without her special glasses. And so was she cast out or kicked out from the family for not having cursed energy? Or did she leave the family for being tired of, either being looked down on or otherized? And then, if you leave the family, you would obviously not want to attend the same school as your sister, who is now effectively your sworn rival. Not your sworn enemy, but something in between, I guess. And you're starting a new life. So leave wherever the family's from, and she went to Tokyo and joined this school. And so Mai would feel equally bitter towards her sister for whatever reason they are not on speaking terms, not together, whatever, or whatever happened between them. And does Maki then have resentment over the fact she doesn't even have cursed energy? And Mai seems way more of the elitist one than Maki. The way she talked about Yuji to Megumi and Nobara's faces calling him a half-cursed monster and how it must have been revolting to have him around, calling himself a sorcerer. So Maki feels more rebellious, and Mai seems to conform. And so they're not just physically separate, apart, distanced, whatever you want to call it, being enrolled in two different campuses, but also there's an emotional chasm between the two of them as a result of whatever choices or events played out for each of them, and that it resulted like this. Again, I'm eager to find out their story. Maki at least acknowledges that both of them are at rock bottom and failures. So what the hell's going on there? Also, I'll need more context about Mai's abilities, because Maki said, all you do is infuse things with cursed energy, and you got shit cursed techniques. And she whipped out a gun on Nobara, and a revolver at that, not even like a semi-auto standard pistol, but a revolver, like your fucking Pakunoda over here. And again, another Hunter x Hunter. Is she a conjurer and she conjured the gun, or is the gun and then the gun is using cursed energy, or is she just walking around with a pistol all the time, and she just infuses cursed energy into the pistol to make it stronger or to shoot cursed energy bullets? I don't know. And so that would make the pistol a cursed pistol, which would make it a cursed tool as well, which would make you essentially like Maki to, like, I don't understand really. But since we've been talking about Mai, I guess I can move right on from the Tokyo school to the Kyoto school, where we also meet Todo today. I love Todo immediately. Imposing, intimidating, and a cultured ass man. I like him already. That's how you shoot all the way to the top of my list. I also really like Todo's voice. That's what stood out to me too. It's not what I would have expected from his size and stature, but it didn't even need to grow on me. I pretty much instantly thought, okay, I like this. Todo is hyper masculine, while Megumi is a reserved stoic type. So their polarizing dynamic is entertaining for sure. No one gets a free pass for being boring. That's what Todo lets Megumi know. He asks Megumi, what kind of women are his type? And, interrogating Megumi's taste in women as a litmus test for his entire personality and even like ability. This question is Todo's metric for measuring and assessing a person's depth and individuality. A man's preferences reveal his character, and not having a specific answer makes you boring. And he hates a boring man. Megumi has such boring taste in women that it made Todo cry. I love that. Todo would like Yuji though. I want Todo to meet Yuji. Yuji said he likes Jennifer Lawrence. So Todo would probably love that answer. The fact that Yuji has a fun answer in the first place, but also has a specific taste in women. Even like Sukuna, when he first appeared, he literally yelled out like, where are the people? The women! Like, bro, Sukuna gets more respect from Todo than Megumi does. I also thought it was both cleverly funny and commendable when Todo said that one quick line that you barely even notice of like, if you prefer men, that's fine too. Like, he said it, the show didn't hang on it, it was natural, and then just moved along. You never see same-sex attraction acknowledged or included in anime, let alone also, I could argue, most media, as part of the story or the dialogue, unless it's the butt of a joke. So I thought that quick moment, that quick line was funny, but also like, hey, respect. Cool. But let's talk about Nobara. Goddamn Nobara. Even with all these strong-willed, strong-minded, physically strong girls getting introduced, no one can replace or top Nobara for me right now. Nobara is the best. She's just a total badass. So confident in herself, she refuses to be intimidated or walked over. Talking shit while at gunpoint? Bro, come on. Like, bitch, my words are going to cut deeper than those bullets in your little tiny gun you got. Telling Mai that Maki is 100 times prettier. Asks her if she's getting enough sleep, that she can see those big ass pores on her face. They're so big. Pretty much all the worst insults you could tell a girl. Gets shot with cursed energy bullets, riddled with holes all on her tracksuit, wakes up to Mai's complete total surprise because she thought she'd be out for a while, but, leaped up and puts her in a submission hold, demanding money for ruining her tracksuit. Like, that's all she's concerned about. Not the fact that this bitch shot her in the first place, but that this bitch ruined my outfit. I love that. And you can tell Mai is, again, one to project her insecurities on others. While Nobara, she couldn't be more self-assured and confident and independent with herself. And that's why we love Nobara. The one thing I didn't get this episode was the confusing time skip. It like comes out of nowhere, like breaks up the flow that we were going with, gives you like no context at all. Yuji is partnered with yet another new character I don't even know the name of for yet, who hasn't even been properly introduced. So then we're going to have to go back in time again, hopefully, probably. This person knows Yuji is alive when nobody else does. And so, like I said, I'm hoping next episode we're going to rewind and fill in all the gaps of this time skip. And then lastly, I'm a little confused about Gakuganji, the principal of the Kyoto school. Is it pretty much an open fact and not even a secret anymore that the higher ups were actually targeting Yuji? I thought only Gojo was aware of this. But you had Maki, Panda, Toge together talking about how Gakuganji is the one who dispatched first years on the special grade curse to target Yuji and get him killed. How and why would they know this? Or did they just piece it together themselves? And Panda says, teachers have to be mindful of their positions, but nothing is holding back the students. And isn't that kind of the vibe and the energy? That's what Gojo is hoping for. He's wanting to collect students and as allies to topple the system from the top down, create a revolution where the students can't be stopped, and completely rebuild the structure of Jujutsu society with the right people in charge. So in that meeting between Gojo and Gakuganji, where Masamichi was also supposed to be, but Gojo lied to him about the time so that he could be alone with Gakuganji, was Gojo just like subtly threatening him? Or at the very least, he was like just straight up directly calling out Gakuganji's motivations and telling him he has no respect for him for what he did, which is why he talks to him the way he does, and why Gakuganji said, hey, you should be talking to me with some respect. And he says no, because he doesn't respect him. He's going to talk to him however he damn well likes. And he effectively warns him, like, the rise of unregistered special grade curses and more talented young sorcerers gonna render you geriatric old people obsolete. So Gakuganji was purposely using first years as expendable pawns with the aim of taking out Yuji, and that's why Gojo wanted a private audience with the principal just to like chew him out and disrespect him. And also kind of like fight him on an ideological battleground, letting him know his status and his traditions of the old Jujutsu ways and Jujutsu world will be ultimately surpassed and eliminated by these young student prodigies that are coming up that he's going to collect and train, and these unregistered special grades. That I will love to see, because it mirrors the real world. How young people are sick and goddamn tired of all these old fucking politicians still making decisions for our future when they ain't even going to be around for the future, and they fuck everything up. So leave and get the hell out, or just die already, please. We don't want you having a say anymore in the future. And this Gakuganji guy, just look at his ugly ass, scary ass face. I don't trust him at all. I'm judging a book by its cover. I wouldn't trust him to tell me what time it is. We got to dispatch this guy right away, okay? And that's where I'm going to leave the discussion today. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and let me know, and subscribe if you haven't already to stay in the loop here in this community. Keep the conversation going down in the comments below, and check out my Patreon for early access and exclusive content over there if you're interested. Having said all that, and with that said, so long, until next time, thank you, have a good one, peace.